I was carving my name out of a giant sequoia tree.
Conor, the thing that strikes me the most about Awayland, your second album, is that you seem to be kind of, I don't know, interrogating the whole process of songwriting. A lot of the lyrics are about kind of like, there's a dog sleeping beneath this dialogue. Rhythmic composer, you talk about all these invented words. I mean, do you think that you go about deconstructing the whole kind of process of songwriting?
Yeah, I think so. I think if I use it as a way of, I guess, deconstructing other things, you know? I don't think it's the focus for me. I think it's more like, I was always into kind of like words that kind of fell in on top of themselves and used that to almost like point at the reason that they're making a point, you know what I mean? Like that they're, yeah.
Now it's all I can see. See, I've learned how to listen to the folks on TV.
I think it would be fair to say that Awayland is much more of a band album than Becoming the Chattels.
Yes. We got together and we rehearsed the songs and we made it so that the whole band was playing, and it felt very communal. There was sort of like a feeling of brotherhood.
Nice.
Yeah.
In Donegal, where you recorded.
Yeah.
How long was the recording process, and how intense was it up there?
It was pretty intense. We were there for 5 weeks, and it lasted the whole. I mean, the guys left after about 2 weeks when we got the music down, and myself and Tommy stayed, and Cormac stayed for a bit because he was doing the strings and the arrangements. But the rhythm section, James and Danny, we could dispense of them, get rid of them.
My vertebrate evolution, easy as ABC.
Tommy McLaughlin on guitar and Cormac Kern who arranged the strings. Wow, they're, after you, the stars of the album, I think.
Well, no, and James and Danny actually.
And James and Danny as well, of course.
Yeah.
But I mean, Tommy plays a stormer, but I'm intrigued by your description of Mr. Kern's string arrangements as kind of Debussy and Spielberg-y.
Yeah, I had to say something for the press release, so I don't really know.
Oh really? So you don't think they're Spielberg at all?
I think they're more, I don't know, he needs his own adjective. There's something special going on there. I think he's going to be down with the greats. Yeah.
Yes, very, very much so.
Yeah.
Everyone will know the album because I suppose it was trailblazed by Waves. I know that, you know, this is probably something you've been asked a lot. Were you very much tired of kind of the old acoustic guitar?
This girl, Lola is her name.
Lola?
Yep.
Wow. After the King song?
Yes. She's transsexual guitar.
Transsexual guitar?
Yeah.
Interesting. Where did you meet Lola?
We met in
Club in North Soho?
Music Maker. No, it was in yeah. Oh, was I bored of her? I don't know. No, I think I enjoyed playing with her as sort of in the side, but I wasn't very able to sit down and write songs in a very traditional sense. I felt very unable to do that.
I'm particularly struck by the end of Grateful Song, which appears to be a local donkey squealing. Is it a local donkey?
It's not local, no. I found it in a bank of thousands of samples.
Oh, okay.
I went searching, but I changed it. I manipulated it and made it into. I turned it backwards and made it into something slightly less human. Because the original sample sounds incredibly human, and that's what attracted me to it. It was very emotional to hear. It was like it was like the sound of, you know, when like you hear a baby crying, but like really badly crying.
Oh yeah.
That's a horrible feeling. It's sort of,
Okay,
I got the
yeah.
same feeling when I heard the donkey. So but I wanted something quite visceral to finish the
You
album.
felt great empathy with this donkey, obviously, Conor.
A lot of empathy. I never got to meet.
Paddlefish to salamander, honeybee to atrophy. I guess I'm losing my trail here.
Do you think there are any big, you know, concerns or big issues on this album? Because Earthly Pleasures talks about kind of Beelzebub being in our banks and Lucifer is in our court. A lot of people might see that as a direct reference to Little Old Ireland.
Yeah, well, not just Ireland, but I mean, it's nothing profound. I mean, everybody knows, you know, it was all out in the papers and everything. So, I guess it needed to make its way into the song somewhere. Because if I ignored it, I would have been ignoring a large part of something I was thinking about at the time. So, I don't think I made any sort of particularly interesting political statement about it, but it just happened to be the right place to put that kind of that sort of indignant kind of energy, sort of anger that you feel when you read about all the corruption that's happening, which everybody feels. So I felt it was only right to put it into the album. I mean, it's in a very surreal
Setting, yeah.
setting, but sometimes I think that's an interesting way of looking at it, especially from the childlike perspective.
Earthly Pleasures, I think it comes very early in the album, but it seems to be the centre point of me. It's a psychodrama. I mean, what's all this stuff about going back to 1822? The girl with the...
That's the Brazilian War of Independence.
Of course.
And he goes back there and he's been told to kill a man, and then he does, and he feels like a incredible energy inside of him that he never felt, and then he wonders if that's the way to go, and he starts questioning himself, and then he sees an imaginary goddess,
Right.
a maker figure, and then she disappoints him again because she's just like the rest of them, and then he realizes it's all in his head, and he puts his face back together and goes back to work.
Finally, the last album went to #1 in Ireland. This one's pretty much guaranteed to do the same. Number 12 as a midweek. We talked about number 83 in Belgium a moment ago. What's it like being in the eye of the storm of a...
This album's 83 in Belgium.
No, the last one went to I know. It's amazing.
It's better in Belgium.
Pleased to press in Belgium. I mean, that slow build is obviously very nice because, I mean, Villages are never going to be a firework band, were they?
No, I think I don't think we have it in us to sort of write that, you know, the big single hit thing. I think it's more you have to really stick with it, with us to kind of really get the full effect, you know. We're like an early Kubrick. All right, thank you.
Cheers. Appreciate it. That's your last one of the day, is it?
That's it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And now I'm going to go sleep.
Oh yes, because you've got a touch of the flu, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Excellent. Good. I hope you're getting all this. Yeah.